And welcome back, Montreal, to Suburban Radio Hour. Beryl Wiseman, editor of the Suburban, with my colleagues Anthony Bonaparte, features editor, Mark Lidbear, the sports editor. Now I'm going to turn over to Mike Cohen, who's going to tell you all you need to know about entertainment and society news. Mike?
Well, thank you very much, Beryl, and a pleasure to be back on CJD this week with my report on entertainment and society scene for the Suburban Radio Hour. The Siegel Center for the Performing Arts will present a captivating and thought-provoking stage adaptation of the Giller Prize-winning novel 15 Dogs by Andre Alexis. Commissioned and originally produced by Crow's Theatre, the Siegel production of this modern-day fable about what it truly means to be human hits the Sylvan Theatre's stage tonight, Sunday night, and continues until April 21st. It's adopted and directed by Maria Farsi. The story follows 15 canines who are granted human consciousness by the gods Hermes and Apollo. Oliver Dennis joins me right now. He plays...
Hello.
Yes, hello, Oliver. He plays Majnoon. Did I pronounce that correct, Oliver?
That is correct, Majnoon.
All right, and he's actually the main dog in the story. Oliver, I love animals. My first question, do you like dogs?
I love dogs. I grew up having dogs. I had a dog that sadly died a few years ago, but yeah, I love dogs. There's a dog around here that we all just gravitate to, Violet. Oh. She's a little wiener dog, and she's just lovely.
Are we going to see an actual dog in the show?
There are no dogs in the show, no. It's just a theater. There's a theater dog.
Oh, okay.
That wanders around.
Gets you in the mood.
Gets us in the mood, yeah.
Yeah. So I think you can agree, I'm an animal lover. You had a dog. They're very smart, and they're very human-like.
And each has their own personality and behaving in the world. And each of the dogs in the play, there are different breeds. And I don't know how Andre did it, but he's given the breeds typical personalities that are very sort of very evident and very, if you know a black poodle, which I play, you'll go, oh, that's a black poodle,
Now, you're not dressed up in dog costumes. Let's be that clear for the audience.
We don't wear dog costumes, but so I play a black poodle. I've got black pants on. I've got a black jacket on. I wear a black watch cap. But we stand on two legs. We don't have four legs. We stand on two legs, and it's you have to see it too. It translates very well. Humans play, as long as you go, oh yeah, no, they're playing dogs. They say they're playing dogs, and you can see. I watch my fellow actors go, oh my God, that's a dog. And obviously we do some barking, but we speak. Yeah. We speak the thoughts because as you mentioned, we're given a human consciousness, so we're able to communicate with each other, and we use English language to speak to one another and to speak to the audience, to include them in the story. Yeah.
Well, I look forward to seeing the show and then reporting on it afterwards, but it sounds fascinating. People can get their ticket information at siegelcenter.org. Thank you very much for joining me, Oliver, and good luck with the pleasure, run. Mike. All right,
Thanks
terrific.
Very much.
Now, Oliver Dennis joining me today on the show. It was terrific having him with us, giving us the scoop. Some more news for you. Laval resident Brendan Tremblay is one of the stars of the new CBC Gem drama debuting on March 29th called Near or Far. I got a sneak peek of the first 3 episodes. The storyline revolves around these twin sisters, Sadie and Lauren Mustafa. And when Lauren moves to Montreal for university, the sisters start to hide things from one another. There's a love triangle involving Brendan. I interviewed him, and you can read about that on my entertainment notebook on the blog section of the Suburban. Go to Cohen in the City. Montreal actress Sophie Nélisse, who literally shot to fame when she played the lead role of a German girl in the English language Holocaust feature film The Book Thief. That was quite a few years ago. She's back on the screen in a new Holocaust film called Irene's Vow. And she plays a former nurse named Irene Gutt in occupied Poland who risks her own life to shelter a dozen Jewish men and women from the Nazi war machine. There was a press screening this past week, a red carpet premiere April 2nd, downtown Montreal. Montrealer Louise Archambault is the director. I'm looking forward to seeing it. It premieres in theaters on April the 19th. Of course, Sophie Nélisse stars in the Showtime and Crave TV, Blockbuster, a series, Yellow Jackets, which I'm quite addicted to and waiting for the third season. Last week, I was invited to drop by Laurentian Lanes in Saint Laurent, where the family of Eva Rigler celebrated her 100th birthday. She's been bowling for about 60 years. It's an incredible story. You can go to our website. You can read my column in the column section from this past week's edition of the Suburban. And you can also go to our website, go to the video section, and you can see my talk with Eva and Laurentian Lane's owner, Howard Grunman. Plural, the Association des Galeries d'Art Contemporaine, has welcomed Karine Vaness back as spokesman for Plural, which takes place April 12th to 14th at the Grand Quai of Port of Montreal. Plural celebrates the best of contemporary art in Canada, and an art and culture enthusiastic. Vaness is currently at the helm of the French and English language TV show The Traders. Finally, the renowned pianist and composer Jonathan Turgeon has announced his latest solo project. It's called Colorum Temporis, an album of electroacoustic compositions. Again, read my entertainment blog in the blog section under Cohen Confidential, my blog with all the entertainment news. Lots to tell you about. Thank you very much, Beryl. Back to you.
Thank you, Mike. And now Jennifer Cox has our business profile of the week. And today, Jennifer is going to be profiling Click Air. Jennifer?
Hi, everybody. I am Jennifer Cox, writer with the Suburban newspaper. I am sitting down with Jean-Sébastien Noel, who works with Click Air. Thanks for joining us. So I'd love to know a little bit more about Click Air. Can you tell us a little bit about the services that you provide to residential and commercial clients?
Yes, Click Air is a residential specialized in HVAC, heating, refrigeration, cooling. So either cooling, if you're hot, cold, we can help you. Mainly, we have servicing your equipment. So if the equipment doesn't work, if you need a new install, we do installation or replacement. And something that we're pushing new this year, we are launching the official Click Air Club. Basically, it's to make people aware of the importance of maintenance of your system for one, air quality, but just longevity of your equipment. It's essential. You do this oil change for your car. We need to do the same thing for your unit, your cooling or heating units.
So I love that you drew that conclusion, like that sort of comparison. So you compared our heating and cooling systems to our cars, in that we do need regular maintenance. It's something that I think a lot of people get lazy with, but maybe you can talk a little bit about how important is that maintenance and how it kind of pays off in the long run.
Yes, we purchased a new unit. We're happy to sell one, but sometimes people think that they purchase a unit for $10,000, and after that they forget it. It's in a closet somewhere. The problem is that's going to happen is many things. Filters needs to be changed. There's no company that's going to be there every month to check them. I'd love to be there every time, but the client needs to be conscious that he needs to interact with the system, but we can be there for him to help. If the idea is to schedule probably two visits, we'll inspect the system. Filters need to be changed for sure, but there's also the cleaning of the condenser that's outside. There's bearings, electrical, the freon gas. It's all little things that in the long run, if you don't clean it regularly, it's going to become harder and harder to maintain the system. And if you forget it, but for 10 years, it's probably going to run 2-3 years, but at some point you'll basically need to replace the system. So why not make it a habit, checking every month? And we want to try to give knowledge to our clients. So we're doing a new website, and it's going to be all focused on the client, what we can do for them, and if they can learn with us and join the club.
Join the Click Air Club. I love that. All right. Thank you so much, Jean-Sébastien. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jennifer, with your business profile with Click Air. And now it's time for the best weather specialist in Montreal, our very own Stephen Bolinas.
Good evening, Montreal, and happy Easter. I'm Stephen Bellina, and this is the Suburban Weather Minute. We had a bit of winter weather last weekend as a snowstorm moved along the eastern seaboard, putting down about 30 to 60 centimeters of snow across parts of New England into Atlantic Canada, including the Gaspé coast. But here in extreme southern Quebec, we ended up with about 6 or 7 centimeters. Most of the snow fell along the U.S. border, about 20 centimeters down in Sherbrooke. It was enough to cover the roads and make things a little bit dicey for driving around on Saturday morning. All that snow was gone, though, by Monday as temperatures warmed into the single digits, and then by the middle of the week into the double digits. Looking ahead, we have a fairly mild week ahead, high temperatures 7 to 12 Celsius, some scattered showers late Monday and Tuesday, perhaps a flurry or two, but no major precipitation is expected at this point. Our attention will now turn to the great solar eclipse occurring on April 8th, an eclipse that will cover about 14,700 kilometers of the planet Earth. It'll run from southwest to northeast, crossing Mexico, the US, through the St. Lawrence Valley, into Atlantic Canada. It arrives here in Montreal around 2:14 p.m. on April 8th, reaching totality about 3:27 p.m. Totality lasting about a minute and a half here in Montreal. Less as you go north, more up close to 2 or 3 minutes as you head into northern New England. Hundreds of thousands of people will be moving around coming into the eclipse zone, so it'll be a busy day on the roads, that's for sure. It is the first eclipse in the Montreal region since 1932, first full solar eclipse, and it will be the last one until 2205. So get out and enjoy the event. It will be spectacular, assuming we have sunshine. It's not always sunny on April 8th. As a matter of fact, over the last 20 years, we've only had sunshine about 30% of the time on that date. So hopefully we buck that trend and we end up with a brilliant day. Protect your eyes. It is imperative you wear solar glasses, solar eclipse glasses. Regular sunglasses will not work. Hundreds of thousands of pairs are being distributed around the city of Montreal, including at the 45 public libraries. You can go to espacepourlavie.ca, the planetarium website, for more information. There'll also be a big gathering at Parc Jean Drapeau where you'll be able to get some free glasses there as well. You can always get an update on the eclipse and on the weather that day on the Suburban website, thesuburban.com, under the blog tab, the Suburban weather page. Until next time, I'm Stephen Bowie.
Thanks, Stephen. Coming up next on Suburban Radio Hour, we'll check in on the local sports scene with the great Mark Lidbetter. But first, we're off to the CJD Traffic Center. Check on the roads.